presentation, right? I'll start with how we how we basically came up with this idea, and what we have built, how we ended up basically building this idea, right? On this idea. So this started back in 2017. I was basically working with a branding and design agency back then, handling more than 12, 15 clients on the digital marketing side. While doing that, I was researching into the new tech frontiers, and blockchain was one of them. Got into Matic very early, which is now Polygon. Um, Back then, we had like 58 members in community. We started with a lot of developer onboarding and interacting with a lot of developers in India and outside of India as well. Uh, we did like more than 100 hackathons over the period, uh, and while doing this, we basically came across. So I basically came across a lot of user onboarding and developer onboarding issues that we are trying to solve with this product. So when I left basically Matic, after that I started pondering on those ideas and how we can solve these issues, right? So I'll come to this the slide now, the next slide. So so that is how it all started. There were few user related issues, few developer onboarding related issues that we wanted to fix, and that's the reason the dApp list is here right now. Um so it has three stages to it that caters to three different problems. The three stages are explore, build, invest. Explore is basically related to the user onboarding issues, where users generally search. Let's say you have a friend or I have a friend who wants to get into Web3 ecosystem. For him to explore Web3, it's pretty easy. But for a new user, he probably have three major channels that he can go to, and what happens is, if any of those channel probably pushes him to some of the scam, right, or probably a rug pull, he gets scammed or rug pulled. He goes out and tell this to 10, 15 different people, probably in his connections. And what it does is basically, word of mouth is very strong. It can probably go good, it can probably go bad, but in our case it's probably going bad, because a lot of these people who are going out and telling different people that crypto is probably a scam. It's scary to get into it, and that's a hinge that is there. And that's the reason a lot of people, that you probably know, I've seen a lot of people surrounding me, my friends, or people in my family, which says, why are you in crypto, or probably why are you into blockchain, right? So that is one issue on the user onboarding side. I'll tell you how we are solving this, or probably attempting to solve it. Then there are another issues which are relating to developer onboarding. I've seen, while we organize these many hackathons in the places overall, all over in India, outside of India, a lot of developers, they start with a nice idea. And there are so many like interesting ideas that are being built. Some are like crazy, but definitely they can try their hands on it. Um, but what happens is, after they are done with the hackathon project, they generally tend to, most of them are not able to bring that project into life. What they do is basically they leave their hackathon project like that, and they'll probably start working on some other idea. This happens because they don't have a network where they can leverage that and launch their platform. Even if there are some platforms, they don't know where and how to reach them. The third issue is basically bridging the gap between these users and developers to raise, or probably coordinate capital, right? So explore, build, invest. I'll come to the very first issue first, right? Um, so the three issues that basically these new users face, the newbies, right? For them, it's the crypto is scary, basically. So what are the issues that they're facing, right? You have seen Google search, that is one channel. There are a lot of ads and platforms which serve these ads, which are probably scam. Then there are these blogs that go out, which they call themselves influencers, and they say, top 10 defi applications you can try today, or top 10 NFTs you can buy today. But the problem with all three is the first one, it has ads at the top, right? So whenever you search about something, it has an ad at the top, which probably 99% of the times it's a scam. I've seen people copying our protocol and running those ads, and scamming people. Then there are ads running on these platforms which are very known in Web3 ecosystem, and generally 90-80% of the times they are generally just clickbaits. And the third one is basically these blogs that go out, or the vlogs that go out, which has like top 10 defi applications, but out of those top 10 only 9 are legit and one is probably a paid shell. What happens is basically if someone gets into those scams or that projects, they have a bad experience, and that's what they are sharing out there in the public, right? um, and when you calculate all the addresses, even being optimistic that one person holds one address in this ecosystem, even if you calculate like the total bitcoin addresses or ethereum addresses, the number comes to somewhere close to 2%, and you still have like 98% compared to the people, the total population. Okay, so that's like 2% of the total population that is into blockchain, if you compare bitcoin and ethereum both, right? And that being optimistic that one person is equal to one address. So there's a lot of scope out there, and the user onboarding needs to be corrected right now, because we have seen scams in in the previous bull run. In this current bull run also, we are seeing a lot of projects playing a lot of games with the users and developers, right? So we are solving this with a nice suite of products. The first one is basically a dApp store. At the front, it's a dApp store, similar to the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. But at the background, we have community governance, and there are two major actors: hunters and voters. Hunters are responsible for hunting applications, uh, moving across the different chains and different niche, going deep into the rabbit holes and finding out those applications which are worth it. Then voters vote on those applications, and every week top 5 applications get listed. So what it does is basically these users are responsible for doing that, and they're rewarded with native token as well as reputation. So reputation can be changed into, what they can do is, while they earn this reputation, they reach a certain level, they can mint rare NFTs which will be designed by crypto artists. Um, and with the token, what they can do is, it's a the whole defi game theory at the background, where they contribute to the platform, they earn tokens, they can put that token to LP, stake it, and still contribute and earn more rewards what they were getting before, right? So that's the way they are incentivized. If someone goes rogue or someone goes bad, and there's a counter proposal raised by community to delist the application, and the people who are involved with that, if the proposal passes, and the people who are involved with that, they lose their reputation, which is XP, and they also lose their future rewards. So what it does is basically it keeps them incentivized sufficiently to keep working for the protocol, and to make the ecosystem healthy for new users to try it. And at the front, a new user can see all the applications that are being validated by the community, which is which has a nice, I mean, like, at the front we don't show all those hunting and voting things. At the background, crypto natives are working to make those things better, right? Second thing that caters to second issue, which is developer onboarding, we have a launchpad for devs, not specifically related to investments, but it's more of like building the network for them. So we have already partnered with Devfolio. What we are doing is basically every hackathon, we'll be onboarding these developers to our platform. They will launch on our platform. Once they do it, they have our community to speak with. They also have our network of people that they can reach out to. So they instantly move from a hackathon project to more of the next stage, of the product, where they are building the network, right? They are speaking to different people. Otherwise, they don't know where to go, right? So we are building a place where they can come and they can build this network. So we'll have like we already have one legal partner. We have got media and PR influencers. We have so all the services that are out there that uh, they can use or probably take advantage of. So we have got KYC partner, we have got KYC and AML partner, and then we have got a few exchanges that we are speaking to. So they directly get in touch with all these people. And obviously, if they want to launch on dexes, they can do it, right? But if they need the network, they have it ready in front of them that they can use and they can leverage, right? While doing this, what they have to do is they put a small part of token as stake. If everything is good and great, they get the tokens back. And once they launch and the network building is done, they've launched their platform, they're doing good. The tokens are transferred after a certain period. We can fix it to like 3 months or something like that. We are already discussing that on that part. So they get it back. If they go rogue or if they go bad, those tokens are distributed to the people who are affected from them. So the people who are using their platform, they get those token as airdrop because they were affected, right? The third thing is basically coordinating capital, and that's for the TDL users and their product users. So their product users and TDL users, the actual users get a chance to invest into the project, but in a very small amount. So we'll cap it to something like 50 to 100K, where these users, the actual users of the product, can invest in those projects, while because they are whitelisted, because they hold their token or probably they use their product, right? So you can figure out how many people have been using your product basis their addresses and how many times they have interacted with your project, right? And you can also verify how many people are holding your tokens. So that's how you verify those, you whitelist those people, and they can invest in your project very early, raise a smaller round, and they can get started with building. And if they want to raise more, we will have our own network of VCs and angels to put them forward, right? So we are connectors. We are building this network for these people, right? We are not taking any cut or anything from it. Uh, that's our exclusive, like a V2 dashboard. It's not public yet. V1 was live for more than 6 months now. We have got like more than 102 applications hunted by people, by the community, and they are constantly doing it. So they can hunt application, they can vote on those applications. Um, and that's how the V2 will look like. Although probably I can show you the whole V2 thing if you probably are interested. But these are the snapshots that we have exclusive taken from our product to showcase over here. That's how the listed this week section will be there. So top 5 projects will be voted projects will be listed over here. So why use TDL, right? So we have a permission list system where community decides which protocol or which application needs to be listed, which needs to be relisted. There's no central backdoor to it. Then we have got developer support tools where we onboarding these developers uh, to Web3 ecosystem, and that's the reason we have called it. The presentation is called as Adoption 3.0, right? So if we want adoption, we needed the three basis the Web3, how the Web3 works, right? So that's how we call it like Adoption 3.0, because we want to do it the way the community works in Web3 right now. So developer support tools, we have the launchpad for these devs to launch on our platform. Another USP that is basically safer user onboarding, because the permission listing makes it and the incentives and the reputation system at the background makes it better for makes it safer for these users to explore Web3. That's a small comparison between our platform and other Web2 and Web3 listing platforms. Uh, we have got dev support tools, incentivization, reputation model, and basis the reputation model, incentivization is done. focus is to build for Web3 first, and then slowly move to Web2 to bridge the gap between Web2 and Web3. So Web2 users will be able to will be able to explore Web3 applications, and Web3 users will be able to definitely stay in Web3. But also, if they want to explore Web2 space as well, they can do it. Growth trajectory, we have seen more than 3K users over the period during our V1 that has generated 7K plus sessions and 10K plus page views over the period. Um, Maximum coming from US. That's our growth trajectory over the period, like 9.47% month on month basis. And I'm basically we are a team of two right now at the leadership, and then we have other three members. I'm leading the business, and Siley is leading the tech. And yeah, that's it. Happy to take any questions that you have.
Yeah, thank you so much for that introduction to the dApp list and reviewing a whole bunch of the different options that are available to us with Web3 and how it's better than Web2. That
Yep,
was,
yep.
I really appreciate you coming on. Um, let's see. I think, let me see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions.
Perfect.
Well, thank you
I
so
think
much.
I was probably able to explain it in a way that, and obviously the idea is very simple, but we are trying to solve that with community governance, and everybody I think is familiar with community governance over here. So, yeah,
I think one of the big things that we heard today is that we
yeah,
need more people telling the story and like being able to explain it in a way that people can understand. So I think, continuing to do that is critical for adoption and for all of us to kind of
true,
grow at a good level.
true. I agree to that definitely. And if anyone gets a question, I'm available in the Discord. They can drop me a message, or they can drop also in the public room as well. I'll be more than happy to answer those queries.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. By the way, I like the um, basically the thing you have at the back, right? The NFT.
Oh, the punk? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I bought this one, and so when I bought it, someone said, "Hey, since you own the punk, you gotta get the print." So they
Wow.
sent me the physical print. I doxed myself, and they sent me the wood carving. So this is like an actual like wood plank that's carved in, and then the physical print here.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm really big into the digi-physical kind of collection. It's one of the things I always try to do for my own works.
I think the pool party person was also into NFTs, and he had a nice painting at the background. Probably in the next presentation, probably I will also have um, something like that.
Yeah, so these are some of the ones that I did that are my pieces. So I like to do digi-physical piece work too. So I always make like a actual physical copy of the ones that I make. So I don't make very much art, but
Awesome.
yeah,
So those are NFT. Can we
yeah,
probably buy
yeah.
those?
Yeah. So these are NFTs, and then so these are kind of my homemade ones. These ones I poured all the resin for them and sanded them down. But I've got more professional ones that I'm making for the people that bought the NFTs.
Awesome. That's amazing to know. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot for having me over here.